Good evening, my friend, and welcome here to a matchup between two 0-1 teams, the Sioux Falls Sparrows and the San Diego Mavericks, live from Gold Star Memorial Field at Trick Jersey Stadium. My name's PDJ Zeller, alongside me, Cameron Duty tonight. And Cameron, two teams coming off Week 1 losses, looking to rebound here in a big way in a primetime matchup during Week 2.
It's good to be with you again, PD, and hello to everybody out there today. We are, like you said, getting ready to see what's going to be a very important game already. Nobody wants to go 0-2 in their season. You want to make sure that you get that first victory in the win column. You want to do it just as quick as possible, obviously. You don't want to lose any ground to any of your division foes who may be off to a good start. It's kind of where San Diego's at the moment with those teams already getting one win in the column so far. They want to get their name on the board as well. Sioux Falls, they're in third at the moment in their division heading into this weekend's games anyway. And again, it's just all about let's get that momentum rolling for both these teams. Who's going to come out, who's going to make the big plays, and who's going to end up with a victory at the end of this thing. It should be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it should be. Two 0-1 teams, but kind of in different ways. Sioux Falls got stomped by Houston in Week 1, 42-17, while San Diego lost a close divisional game against Arizona, 35-30 they lost. These teams kind of feel like they're going in different directions. San Diego, kind of a younger team on the rise, making a name for themselves. Sioux Falls is trying to find an identity after going to a couple championship games not too long ago. They are just trying to find their identity here. But here we go. Opening kickoff is received. It's going to be brought back by San Diego. A nice spin move there. Extra yardage, stays on his feet up to the 30-yard line, does the return man, and a good return there to start the game for San Diego.
Yep, great job already. Just getting some nice positive yardage right there, taking that from the goal line and getting out to the 30. You know, that's big right there. Nice spin move, and that will get them off and running, and we'll see what kind of positive yardage they can put together here on this opening drive.
Well, here we go. The offense for San Diego led tonight by Johnny Pickler, who had a really good Week 1. He threw 4 touchdowns to just 1 interception. He is new to this team after spending last season with London, kind of one of the more premier quarterbacks in the SFL. A very respected guy around the league. Here comes Pickler. Up to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers out wide, and he's going to toss it back to the rookie McWaffle. McWaffle goes nowhere. It's a gain of nothing. 2nd and 10.
There's a lot of potential on this team right here, PD, that I think can make them a lot of fun to watch. Obviously, you've got the addition of Johnny Pickler. You know, no introduction really needed. I mean, a 3-time All-Star, so he knows what to do. A good, confident leader under center. That's what you look for. You build your team around it. Should be good.
Here we go. It's a toss back again to McWaffle. McWaffle has some space. He gets gobbled up, gains 4 yards, does the rookie. Here's the starting offense for San Diego. You have Johnny Pickler at quarterback. At halfback, Hunter McWaffle, the rookie, who last week had 18 carries for 93 yards. At the receiver spot, you have Dave Axis, Eagle Mondavi, B.E. Robo, and Lili Nakai. And here we're about to have a play real quick. Pickler under center, 2 receivers to each side as they have been in both plays prior. Pickler looking to throw, spins out, pump fakes, fires deep down the middle of the field, has his man caught to the tight end. That's the receiver rather, Eagle Mondavi, and that is going to be a big first down, and Pickler showing off the cannon.
Yeah, for real, that was a really nice play. The rollout was fantastic, bought himself just enough time to take a look and see who was downfield, and right there he was, Eagle Mondavi. And take a look at this, how he goes up for this. Really nice job of making sure he gets both hands on the football, secures that catch. And like you said, Pickler's got a cannon on him, and he has some threats at wide receiver, Mondavi being one of them. Look for that connection all day long.
They've come out in this formation every play. They like it. It's been effective so far. Here we go. First down. Pickler rolls out. Fires right side of the field, and that was a pretty heavily recovered receiver he tried to sneak it into, B.E. Robo, but it falls aimlessly to the ground. 2nd down.
Yeah, just back to the drawing board on that. Like you said, really nicely defended right there by Sioux Falls. So San Diego again coming out right now, and obviously not afraid to test the downfield area.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Changing the formation of his receivers, sends a man in motion, does Pickler. Dave Axis goes to the left-hand side of the field. Pickler taking his time, and now he does, looking to pass. Pickler steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, looking for Eagle again, will not get it in there. It'll fall to the ground, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he got leveled pretty good there right when it was about to be secured, and just a nice job. I believe that was A.J. Levy there coming in on on the tackle to jar that one loose. So that brings up a big 3rd down already.
Nice play there from the Hall of Famer Levy. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. This time, no back in the backfield. 2 receivers on each side. Under center is the quarterback, Pickler. Pickler stays in the pocket. Pickler now rolls out, fires deep over the middle of the field, looks for his man. It's tipped, and it is dropped by the defender in the end zone, and it will be 4th down.
Yeah, really good job right there. Nice job by the defense. Of course, it looked like that was going to be gold right there for San Diego. Looked like they had the play developed nicely, just couldn't bring it all together, so they'll instead go for a field goal attempt, and Sioux Falls has to be feeling pretty good about this.
Here goes Cliff Allen on the kick, the former All-Star. Cliff, kick is up, has the leg, and it is good. So San Diego takes the lead at home on the opening drive, 3-0, as a pretty decent opening drive there, if I say so myself, Cameron.
Yeah, not bad at all. Like you said, you want to come away with some points to begin the game on your opening drive. I think that obviously San Diego certainly wanted to end that with a touchdown, but hey, 3 points on the board to begin. You got to be feeling pretty good. Of course, if you are Sioux Falls, on the defensive side, you have to be pretty happy about the bend but don't break mentality there, just limiting a high-powered offense to 3 points.
Yeah, well, now they're going to kick it off, kick it back to Sioux Falls, deep in the end zone. That's going to be out of the backfield, and it will be a taken over drive for this offense for Sioux Falls that put up 17 points in their opening week. And this offense led by Julian Tyree, the Iron Man for the SFL, maybe one of the most accomplished quarterbacks. This is going to be his 16th season under center here for Sioux Falls, 16th season at the quarterback position. He's led this team to a pair of championship games in the past. And here we go. Has Jason Williams in the backfield. I formation, going to be a handoff to Williams. Williams up the gut. Gains about 4 yards. Cameron, this is a team that's just has kind of gotten older lately. And Tyree looking to get a ring before he retires, but this team has a long way to go.
They do. They've got a lot of development that they are going through at the moment. But the good thing is, like you said, Tyree, the Iron Man, he knows how to get it done. This could be one of their last great shots at getting there.
The veteran Tyree under center, and once again, he'll hand it off to Williams. Williams makes a nice move, and he gets just short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as Williams fought for a few extra yards.
Jason Williams has been a really good addition to this team with 2 seasons now at Sioux Falls. What it has provided is some stability in the run game there. He's 11-year man or 11-season man there, so he knows what to do. I think he'll provide some really good stability in the backfield.
3rd down and 1. Tyree sends a man in motion. Takes his time at the line of scrimmage as Eddie Maddox in motion. And now it'll be a toss back. Williams, and what a great tackle made. He loses a yard, and a fantastic defensive play there by number 52. That's Zach Halldorf.
We may be calling Halldorf's name quite a bit in this game. He is someone who is just really good at swarming the football. I mean, he is an all-star for that very reason. And so, again, a nice job, great pursuit there to bring that drive to a halt.
It'll be the rookie Andrew Warren out of the minor leagues, a 2nd-round draft pick this year for Sioux Falls, punting it away. And it's a good one. It'll pin San Diego back around their own 38-yard line where they will take over on offense. And let's see what they can do here on the 2nd drive, Cam.
Well, they got to be feeling pretty good. Obviously, the defense come up and made a big-time stop, obviously, with Halldorf there coming in to kind of put the cherry on top of the ice cream, if you will. And so now, that really puts San Diego in a really good position to continue what they started in the previous drive.
Pickler, first year with this team, and he had a good opening day game, 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards. Pickler fires, and he is going to find his man. He will not be able to come down with the ball, though, will Eagle. And, he's looking the way of number 81 a lot here early.
Yeah, as we said, we knew that Mondavi was going to be probably his number 1 target. And, again, A.J. Levy, the 5-time All-Star, coming up with a big deflection. He had some help there as well, but a really good job defensively right now by Sioux Falls coming up with some big-time stops in the passing game.
Pick under center. McWaffle in the backfield, the 1st-round running back who had a really good season in the minor leagues last year. It was a highly sought-out prospect. Sends a man in motion, does Pickler. Now he has trips to the right side of the field, and Pickler's looking to throw. Pickler stays in the pocket, delivers, and that one will fall to the ground, 3rd and 10.
Brings up a big third down here. Of course, that's really when we begin to see San Diego marching down the field on the previous drive with that big rollout that Pickler had. So, certainly maybe down, but not out. Third and long is not the most ideal position here, but they can certainly get it done.
Empty backfield for Pickler. He's going to send a man in motion. That's Mondavi. Now has 3 receivers to the left-hand side of the field. And he's going to snap the ball. Pickler, good protection in the pocket. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off with it, and he goes absolutely nowhere. And it looked like a clean pocket there, Cam. I think he might have just panicked a little too quick.
Well, Jason Strongbow is the one who come up and made the tackle there, who in his 4 seasons has really begun to make a name for himself. I think, like you saw what was happening there, it was a pretty well-contained pocket. I just think that maybe he didn't have any targets he felt was open enough, didn't want to force the turnover, so he took off, used his feet, and now Sioux Falls gets the ball back.
Good punt, maybe too good. Goes deep to Sioux Falls, and they'll take over at their own 24-yard line when it's all said and done. So Tyree and company, after 3 and outing on their opening drive here, going to get a second look at it. And for this offense, didn't attempt any passes on the first drive. Let's see what they do here, Cam.
Yeah, this could be interesting to see if they will decide to go, or what route they will decide to go, rather. I will tell you this, though, with Sioux Falls, it's important to come out, I feel, pretty strong out of the gate right here. You've had a couple of opportunities now. This just being your second drive. You've held San Diego at bay to 3 points. Definitely want to go to the air.
Sending a man in motion is Tyree. Moves Charlemagne Cornelius to the right side of the field. And he's looking to pass for the first time this game to the running back Williams. Does complete the pass. Or actually, no, it was dropped. Probably for the best, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, probably for the best. Obviously, that won't go in the stat column anyway, as far as anything other than an incompletion there. But yeah, it's one thing about San Diego is very good, really good pursuit to the football. We did talk about that a few moments ago. It's going to be tough to move the ball on this defense.
And looking to pass again is Tyree. Tyree slings it and drops right into the breadbasket of the defender, but he can't bring it down. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, he almost brought that one in, and that one's hard to see. Wow, that is a fantastic defensive play, of course. And I believe that was Stuart Zomelia, if I am not mistaken, coming up on the nice play right there. But again, I think it kind of surprised him. It was just almost too easy right there in front of him. Sometimes you don't expect to have that just drop right into your lap like that.
Tyree under center, empty backfield, trips to the left-hand side of the field. Tyree slings it that way, and he throws it right to a defender. It's picked off. That one's going down the sideline, down to the 10, spin move, and he'll be tackled at the 9-yard line when they're finally able to bring him down. What a great defensive play there for Bob Funk, the free safety.
Fantastic job right there. 6'4", 220 pounds, and a 2-time All-Star. And that's the reason right there. Great job of breaking off that coverage. He was taking a look right there at Tyree. He knew where he wanted to go with the football and simply just jumped in front of it and started back in the other direction. Like I said, this San Diego defense is very good, and to move the ball against them, that's probably going to be the biggest challenge in this game for Sioux Falls.
Big play there for Funk, and now his team will take over inside the 10-yard line at the 9. Pickler under center, McWaffle in the backfield. They come out in a different formation they've been coming out in. Pickler looking to throw. Pickler, clean pocket, fires to McWaffle. McWaffle loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. And for Tyree, that is going to be already his 5th pick of the season after throwing 4 in week 1. And for the veteran quarterback, the all-time leaders in completion and attempts and 2nd in touchdowns, leader in yards. It's on a rough start to the season here. Here we go, though. Pickler already back up to the line. Going to send a man in motion here. The right-hand side of the field. B.E. Robo has trips to the right-hand side of the field. And Pickler's looking to fire. Pickler, clean pocket, fires into the end zone, and it's tipped. Good defensive play there, Cam.
It was a good defensive play there. And, it's kind of interesting watching this game, obviously. So far, you mentioned the struggles with Tyree thus far in the season. It seems as if for Sioux Falls, their best offense right now has been their defense. They have come up with some big-time plays that's kept them in this game. And basically, that was another one right there. They really are fighting and scratching and clawing, forcing this talented San Diego offense into these 3rd downs and just trying to really keep this from getting stretched out here.
3rd and goal. Pickler steps up, fires into the end zone, looked in triple coverage, cannot complete it, and it's going to fall to the ground. We're going to be looking at another field goal attempt here, Cam.
Yeah, we are. Jay Ringgold coming up on the stop right there. And again, as I was saying, just a good job by this defensive effort by Sioux Falls, uh, negating them to only a field goal attempt. As much as they have been down here with an opportunity to punch it in for six, the fact that they are still being retained to some field goal attempts, that says a lot about the fight Sioux Falls is putting up on the defensive front.
All right, here's the field goal attempt by Cliff Allen, 1 for 1 on the day. This one should be a chip shot up, and it is closer than they might have liked, but it is good. 6-0 lead for San Diego halfway through the first.
It's already 2 for 2 for Cliff right there in the field goal department today. And, that's good, of course, continuing to pad that lead. At some point, though, if you are San Diego, you want to be able to punch this football in. Those are great opportunities that they've had down in the red zone. And again, we'll commend Sioux Falls for being able to simply kind of maintain that right there, as they haven't really let this thing kind of get out of hand or could be a two-score game, is just now a couple of field goals.
There's the kickoff, kicked in the middle of the end zone. It'll take a knee, so Tyree and company will get another look at it. And, Julian Tyree, a veteran quarterback, but it kind of reminds me, sometimes when quarterbacks get older, their arms start to fail them, and they have to rely on their brain and years of experience, Cam.
I think a lot of it also probably has to come down to the team right now that itself. They are young, they are building. Again, I think maybe he feels the weight on his shoulders as well as being the veteran to have to come up, step up, make the big play, and that could turn into turnovers at times.
And he completes his first pass of the game. A nice completion he got in there to Kay Marion, who has been one of the better receivers in the league for the past 5 or 6 seasons now, Cam.
Yeah, Kay Marion, we know what she's capable of doing. Look at that kind of shove off right there on the line, breaking away from the coverage to get herself open. Very reliable target for Julian Tyree. One of the things that, talking about some of his struggles, not a whole lot of time for Tyree to really set up in the pocket and look for his defenders. As you can see, he was already having to run for his life before he completed that pass.
Yeah, and he's just throwing quick strikes, gets one out there to Williams, but that's a really good point you made there, Cam, especially for a veteran. As you get older, your athleticism leaves you some, and, in his later years of his career, I'm sure he'd like to have some time in the pocket and not be running around.
Certainly, that's one of the things that this team lacks at the moment is a really established offensive line. The talent is certainly there in order to build on that, but right now, it does take time, and for someone like Tyree, it puts a lot of burden on him.
Well, 2nd and 9, Tyree rolls out right side and fires into a lot of traffic. I think it got deflected, 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like it did. I wasn't able to see who got their hand on that to be 100% certain. I'm pretty sure that A.J. Levy was right there in the area as well, who has been a menace so far. And also, not Levy, I apologize there, Bob Funk. And then, of course, Nate Hall as well, making his presence known on a couple of plays today as well. So this defense is really humming right now.
All right, 3rd down and 9. Under center is Julian Tyree in the backfield. He has his back Williams. He's looking to throw, though. Tyree fires and just cannot get it in there. He had no time in the pocket. It's going to be 4th down.
Looking for Marion again, and it really just wasn't there. Again, it comes down to that pocket, and it's just collapsing around Tyree right now. I would have to suggest maybe taking a look at maybe some more screen passes, some little short, as we said, quick step drops, just to get the ball out, because right now, not able to really let any of those plays develop down the field. San Diego is just quite simply swarming.
Andrew Warren, the rookie, to punt it away, and when they drafted a rookie that high, maybe they were thinking about how the season might go. It's going to be a fair catch down on the 28-yard line, and San Diego will take over once again. They're going to get in the end zone for the first time today.
It's really interesting to see San Diego in this game right now has been able to control really both facets, offensive and defensive. 6 points all is on the board right now, but I have a feeling the more that this Sioux Falls defense has to stay out there, there has been not one sustained drive by their offense. Their defense is going to get wore down pretty quickly, and Pickler's going to take advantage of it.
Pickler looking to fire. He will over the middle of the field, and it's fumbled. It's on the ground, and it's recovered by Sioux Falls, I believe. Yes, it is. I believe so, right?
I believe that it is. Now, I'm going to be really surprised if that's not at least challenged. I could be wrong. To me, it almost looked like he really didn't have possession of that. And well, I don't know. That's going to be close.
I mean, he didn't make a football move, which is, I guess, what you describe it as these days. And, I mean, yeah, that's a good challenge right there. I agree with you, Cam. I never saw any sort of possession. It just kind of hit his hands, then bounced right out.
Exactly. He didn't even have an opportunity to secure the football from my vantage point. And hopefully, if we'll see on this replay here, we'll be able to even see a little bit better of that. That kind of that angle right here could tell us a lot as we take a look. No, just not
No
enough.
shot. Yeah, I'm with you, Cam, and I will say, let's see the call on the field. It should be overturned, but you never know what the referees are seeing. All right, it's overturned, so that's the right call right there. But I will say, San Diego, their receivers need to start catching these balls. There's been a lot of drops here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they do. That's been one of the issues that we have seen out of them thus far. Just not able to really reel it in. Now, Sioux Falls is really hitting hard right now in this game, and that's been one thing that their defense has had going for them. But yeah, if you're San Diego wideout right now, retaining that football, that's a big thing. They got a big break right here. Now we'll see if they can capitalize on that.
Pickler and company come back out. It's going to be second down after the successful challenge. Pickler tosses the ball back to McWaffle. McWaffle drags the defender with him. Gains 6 yards. Will be 3rd and 4 as third down and manageable now for San Diego.
I have to say that I think that 3rd and 4, that was a very important 6 yards that he was able to pick up right there, because we've seen when they've got it in the 3rd and longs,
moving quick, as sounds like Cam might have had a technical difficulty there. Moving quick to the line is San Diego. They hike the ball. Pickler rolls out right side all the time in the world. Pickler fires deep over the field, and a defender came out and deflected it out of nowhere. They're going to force a punt. It's 4th down.
4th down right there, and again, just a nice job. Another defensive effort by Sioux Falls. 3 straight drives, Petey, of being able to come in and really just thwart them on what is a really high-powered offense.
All right, so punting it away will be San Diego. Henry Glenn punted away. And it looks to be a pretty good one. A lot of hang time on this one. It's a really good punt down to about the 28-yard line, and only will be brought back to the 30 where Sioux Falls will take over. And Sioux Falls, even though San Diego hasn't scored a lot, they're still winning the field possession game, because Sioux Falls, I don't think, has gotten past their own 40 this whole game.
Not yet. No, that's what we're waiting on. Is we need to wait and see if Sioux Falls can finally start to make a connection right here. I mean, just nothing in the passing game that's really allowed, and the ground game has been obsolete.
The SFL's Iron Man, Tyree, calls for motion. Now he's going to send K. Marion into motion to the left-hand side of the field. Tyree reads the defense, and he's looking to pass. Tyree throws the screen to Johnson. Johnson catches it. Johnson fights. Johnson down for about a 9-yard gain, and a good play there on 1st down. Or Williams,
it was a very good play. Yeah, good job by Williams right there. It was kind of neat. Kind of was able to bring that in one-handed and was off to the races. Those are the kind of things I think you're going to have to see Sioux Falls begin to do in this game. Those little dropouts like that could prove big for them.
That was Jason Williams, by the way. My apologies. As Williams still in the backfield, he's going to get the toss left-hand side, and he has daylight ahead of him. He picks up the 1st down, 1st and 10, and Sioux Falls trying to get a little rhythm going here on this drive.
That's what they need. They need to just really have a sustained drive. It's been a lengthy first quarter. One of the reasons being we've had a lot of incompletions and a lot of just ping-ponging the football back and forth, a lot of drive stoppages. But we'll see what they can do finally here, maybe get a drive going.
Hand off to Williams. Williams gains 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. And Sioux Falls getting closer to the 50-yard line as this offense is looking like it's starting to finally get a little rhythm to it. One thing is the defense has been out there for a while for San Diego with how quick their offense has been today. So maybe getting a little gassed here is an issue, as 2nd and 4, already up to the line of scrimmage once again. It's Tyree and company. They come out in the I formation. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback, Charlemagne, and Charlemagne will get it down to 3rd and inches here, Cam.
This is going to be really interesting right here, I think. What do you want to go with? Do you want to try to just line up and smash this right down the middle? The only thing is the offensive line has really had a difficult time sustaining in this game. I don't know that maybe a nice little screen out is the way you want to go with this. I am concerned for if they can make this.
Tyree under center. Maybe they'll do a quick sneak. We'll have to see. 3rd and inches. And it's going to be a handoff, and going to the outside, Will Johnson, and he will pick, or Jason Williams, and he will pick it up. It's first down and 10. It was kind of sketchy, but he did eventually get there, Cam.
Well, it's a great effort, and that's what it took, 100% effort by Jason Williams right there, an all-star from season 12, and that's the reason why, because really, like you said, that play was falling apart. It was just pure determination that got him across the marker.
First and 10, looking to pass Tyree. Tyree throws a pass over the middle, and it falls to the ground. Didn't really have his man there, and it will be second and 10.
Yeah, going for A.J. Warren, and I believe that's the first time that his name had been called in tonight's game. Just looked like that play never really was 100% developed, even on the rollout right there. He just really wasn't, I didn't feel like anyway, comfortable yet when he's set to make that throw. So just lack of communication. Hopefully that will improve as the season goes on.
Tyree sends Cornelius into motion to the left-hand side. Let's see if the ball goes that way. It's going to be a pass, and it's a screen left-hand side. Jason Williams breaks the tackle. Jason Williams down the sideline. Jason Williams picks up the first down as the clock ticks under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Well, I want to give a shout-out, of course, a great job by Jason Williams, but also right there, a great block, a really good block right there. Right here, you'll see it. Just enough to give Jason Williams an opportunity to get out in front and make a nice play, a really nice play getting down the sidelines there. Now, Williams is one of those guys that when he gets hot, he gets much more elusive, much harder to bring down. So signs of life for Sioux Falls early in this game.
They're at their best right now when Julian Tyree's just kind of playing the point guard, just getting these quick little passes out, quick tosses. They're really good with this. Here we go, another quick pass. That goes to Charlemagne Cornelius, and Cornelius picks up the first down, the big fullback. Another first down for Sioux Falls, and they're already in the field goal range.
Yeah, and honestly didn't even want to go down. Take a look at this great determination right here. Again, more of the same. This is what's working. We kind of mentioned that a couple of snaps ago, that if they could start to get in a rhythm with some of these little quick steps, a lot of these little screens, these little out routes like this, that's their bread and butter right now, because the deep ball threat really hasn't developed just yet. But the more you start doing this, they have to change the way they play defense. Maybe you do get a good opening look downfield.
8 seconds left. Let's see if they get another playoff before the first quarter comes to an end, and they do. Tyree throws right-hand side, completes it to Kay Marion. She gains 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 1 into the end of the first quarter. The scoreboard reads 6 for the San Diego Maverick and 0 for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. My name's PDJ Zeller. Alongside me, Cameron Nudie, and we're here for a doozy between two 0-1 teams in primetime football, Cam.
Yeah, it's been great so far. Really enjoyed this first quarter. It's really interesting to see just how San Diego did come out of the gate, and just now as we head into the second quarter, Sioux Falls finally starting to find their footing.
Well, big 2nd down and 1 here for Sioux Falls to start the second quarter as they've been moving the ball down the field. Let's see if they can keep it up. Under centers, Julian Tyree, and it'll be a handoff. This time it'll go to Jason Williams, and he picks up the first down, gets down to the 10-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal here for the Sparrows.
One thing that I've seen that I think that they have changed a little bit is the fact that now you're starting to see on those running plays, they're kicking them to the left and to the right side of the field. They're not going right up the middle. That's helping this offensive line. They're getting good blocks on the outside.
It's going to be a throw. It's picked off. Oh, what a play there for San Diego, and a great tackle by Jason Williams. But what a play there in the secondary for King Bradshaw. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for Jason Williams, that was a house call.
Indeed it was. I mean, Williams all of a sudden had to play defense. And how about that? I mean, demoralizing to say the least. When you are Sioux Falls, you have the best drive of the entire game thus far. And take a look at Bradshaw. I mean, the guy's no stranger to interceptions and making big plays when it counts. But it was just, you could see it in his eyes. He was reading it the whole way. We all waited with bated breath. And, of course, San Diego's defense coming up again with another big-time stop. And if you're Sioux Falls, you got to be scratching your head what to do now.
For Julian Tyree, 6th pick of the season as we're only 5 quarters into it. Here we go. Pickler is going to fire over the middle of the field, and that one's almost picked off. Almost got it right back, but it will fall to the ground. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, almost. Jay Ringgold there coming in, trying to give the ball back to Sioux Falls. It's going to be really interesting right here. That That's one of my key points, I would have to say, as we've watched this first quarter already. Now heading into this second quarter, this Sioux Falls defense, as I've talked about, that's been their best asset thus far of the game. But they've been out there for quite a while. Eventually, the gas is going to start running out. They haven't been able to really get on the sidelines to catch their breath.
Second down and 10. Pickler under center, sends his man into motion to the right-hand side of the field, Mondavi. And Pickler's looking to pass. Pickler in the pocket, fires a quick strike, and that one, once again, goes right into the hands of the defender. Pickler is not having a great start to this game here. He is, I think, like 2 for 12.
Well, that right there was number 26 cornerback John Barnhart coming in on the play with a really nice job, a nice deflection there. Barnhart and Ringgold and Levy, they are making names for themselves. Obviously, they've already got a great history, but right here in Sioux Falls, making a name for himself tonight on the defensive front.
Pickler fires deep over the middle of the field and just overthrows his man, and it's 2 for 14 now officially after I checked our stats, taken nicely by our stat guys. And it'll be 4th and 10, forcing opponents the Sioux Falls defense, and Sioux Falls defense has played a great game so far.
They really have, PD. I have absolutely enjoyed watching Sioux Falls defense. Like I said, they really have went above and beyond what has been asked of them in this game with the lack of offensive momentum. Good job, again, giving this ball back to the offense.
The punt is up and away. It's a good one by Warren, and it's going to be returned, and it will go just about nowhere, but it's going to be San Diego, or rather Sioux Falls, taking over on their own 38-yard line. And Sioux Falls, their offense was looking good last drive, Cameron. They were moving the ball. It ended, unfortunately, in the interception, but they need to put the bad behind them and focus on all the good they were having.
You know, they've had a difficult time, Petey, as you said, moving this football. And for Julian Tyree right now, it's all about protecting the football. Too many turnovers to begin this first 2 games of the season. Let's see if we can clean that up a little bit.
Tyree, 6 for 13 so far. It's going to be a toss, though, to Jason Williams. Williams gains 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, 2nd and 7. I mean, that's a nice job. Obviously, you just want to get positive yardage on the first down. And again, as we have seen so far, when Sioux Falls has been at their best on offense, it's been those little quick outs like that. So if you can get 3-4 yards right off the bat on first down, make these next plays more manageable, it'll work for you a lot better.
Hand off to Williams, up the gut, gains about maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 5, and San Diego a 7.5-point favorite in this game. I'll tell you what, the over-under was 57.5, Cam, and I really hope people bet the under tonight.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to see a high-scoring affair out of this one. Not just yet, anyway. It looks like this has been a real defensive struggle for the most part.
If you took the under at 35, you're looking good right now. 57.5 is steep. Tyree rolls out, fires left-hand side of the field, and he gets it in there. Great pass as he completes that one to Jason Boudet, and that is going to be a 1st down for the Sparrows.
And Boudet is a new addition to this team. So right there, Julian Tyree maybe finding somebody that he can begin to rely on. And that's just a great play. Take a look at this. You know, this guy is relatively a youngster, I guess you would say, still in SFL terms. So the veteran gunslinging it there to the new guy, that could be a new chemistry that we might see begin to develop on this team. We said it before, they need a go-to person on offense, and that may be what they were looking for.
1st down, screen pass right side, and it will go nowhere. It'll be 2nd and 11. I'll tell you one thing I like about Julian Tyree. This is the first time I ever watched him, Cam. He has that Brett Favre-ness about him. He leads the league all-time in interceptions, and even after he throws a pick, he's not afraid to throw it into a tight window. He puts it behind him.
And that's a very important thing. Just as you said, PD, it's critical that when you make a mistake like that you can shrug it off, get right back under center, and go make a play for your team.
Tyree fires over the middle, and he completes another one in there to A.J. Warren. It's going to be a 1st down, and all right, Tyree's starting to roll.
Yeah, doing a really good job right now. Tyree's starting to get a little bit warmed up, and as you said, he has that mentality. He also has the experience, of course, to as we said, put a bad play behind him, turn right back around, and make a very important play. And again, you see him right there connecting this time with A.J. Warren. So starting to spread the ball out a little bit, and it's beginning to work for this team.
Down inside the 30-yard line is the Sparrows. He sees something he doesn't like. Tyree make the change in the line of scrimmage. Sends his man into motion now. That's going to be Kay Marion. She's going to go to the other side of the field. So now empty right-hand side of the field. Let's look at a pass will be Tyree. Tyree gets it to Marion over the middle. Marion gains a nice 6 yards. Will be 2nd and 4, and Tyree made a good adjustment at the line of scrimmage.
It really did. That was just a really quick play right there. I mean, with just enough time for Marion to literally, for her to cut up and then cut right across the middle of the field. And Tyree made a really nice adjustment to just drop that in there to where only she could come up with that reception.
2nd down and 4. One man to the left-hand side will send Warren into motion now. It's the only receiver that he has lined up currently, does Tyree. And Warren will go far to the left-hand side of the field. Could be a run play to Williams, and it will be a toss back to the weak side of the field. And Williams carries a man with him. Williams stays on his feet, and he goes down to the 15-yard line where he picks up the 1st down. And I tell you what, with the last drive and this drive, you put the pick aside. The Sparrows have been moving the ball pretty darn good here.
Yeah, finally, with all intents and purposes, he should have been down in the backfield easily. But that is, the 3rd or 4th time that we have saw that already in this game. Simply Williams just lowering the shoulder, and when he cuts that corner right there, very hard to bring down. So, yeah, finally, I think they've woken up. I think they've got warmed up, and now we're seeing what this offense can do.
Handoff to Williams. Williams aggressively carries a man with him. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
They've made some really nice adjustments on offense right now, Petey, that I think has worked wonders for them. Again, one of those being, the way that they're attacking. Obviously, their time in the huddle is shorter as well. They're really trying to keep San Diego on their heels.
2nd down and 6 here. One receiver to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a handoff again to Williams. Williams, and he does gain about a yard there. Actually, gains nothing, 3rd and 6. So finally a stop by the San Diego Mavericks after they've been getting bullied like a kid on the schoolyard by Jason Williams for a little bit.
That's for sure. Tanner Hendricks with the tackle right there. Just he was still standing upright when he bowled Williams over there to bring up this 3rd down.
3rd and 6. 2 receivers right-hand side, one out to the left, and he's looking to throw. Tyree, lots of time, fires into the middle, and looked into triple coverage for Warren, but just didn't have it there, and he had more time. I didn't like that decision.
No, I can't say that I did either for a lot of reasons. For one, I think right now, it's great to take a shot at the end zone. I don't know that I choose a 3rd and 6 to do that. I think maybe, you try to do something a little bit shorter to try to just get to the marker and get a new fresh set of downs. But a good job by San Diego right now to bend, to not break, to negate them to a field goal attempt. But still, it's going to be good if they can get some points on the board for Sioux Falls.
Here's Zashkel Black attempting the field goal here. It is up, and it is right down Broadway, so it'll be 6-3. Sioux Falls cuts into the deficit, and what can only be described as a defensive masterclass here in the first half so far, Cam.
And as we said, I don't think we necessarily expected this coming into today's game, and of course, I guess there's a lot of football left. That could change. This thing could get busted wide open. But really, both defenses doing a nice job to thwart the advances of the opposing offenses. And good job for Sioux Falls. Cut the deficit in half. And now we'll see if the defense can contain, or will San Diego finally be able to punch it into the end zone.
Here's the return for the Mavericks up to the 20, 25, and about the 28-yard line before the San Diego man is taken down. On the return, it was Lili Nakai, and it will be 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
I've had a whole lot of fun already in this game watching, as you said, a defensive masterclass, because that's exactly what it has been so far. And as we said, you got an offense like San Diego with Johnny Pickler and, Mondavi and Robo and Nakai, all those names that you just mentioned, and they have yet to find the end zone. That really tells you that Sioux Falls has came in prepared with a really good defensive plan.
Pickler under center, McWaffle the rookie in the backfield, and Pickler's looking to throw. Pickler fires over the middle, he completes it and gets it in there. That'll be close to a 1st down for B. Robo, as it's going to be 2nd and 1, 9-yard gain. I'll tell you what, he's 3 for 15, but he's played better than that. Pickler's played well. It's just his receivers have dropped a lot, Cam.
Yeah, we can't put all that on him. Unfortunately, the stats won't necessarily show that. But if there could be a little asterisk there, you would see that it has been a lot of drops. You're right about that, Petey.
Toss back to the running back there, and that's going to be the fullback, Rob Knoll, who does gain the 1st down. So the rare toss to the fullback, you don't see those a whole lot.
Not too often, but it really worked well here. Take a look at this. Boom, just pulls over, literally just pulverizes the defender there to to continue his, and that was Levy actually that he knocked over there. So coming in with a head of steam, and that's what fullbacks do best.
All right, so it's going to be first down and 10. Pickler under center has McWaffle in the backfield. He's looking to throw, though. Pickler dances around, does his thing, throws to the right-hand side, and throws into a heavy bit of traffic there. It'll fall to the ground. Second down and 10.
A nice job right there. A little bit of heavy traffic, just like you mentioned. Sioux Falls are really just doing a good job of swarming that football today. I think we're seeing a really, all of these defenders out here just really has a good read on the football and coming up to make big time stops.
Second and 10, sending a man in motion. That'll be Pseudo Nakai. Nakai is now in the slot lined up. And here we go. Pickler rolls out left, gets good protection, fires over the middle, and there's a flag. That might have been pass interference. Nakai was looking to make the catch, but he was drugged to the ground. Let's see what the call is, and it is. It's pass interference. That's going to be a rough penalty for Sioux Falls.
It really is. That one's going to hurt. For one, it really gives them a good field position as well. That was PI though. You can just see just clearly interference there coming across on the route. Pretty much almost acting as a pick, if you will. And yeah, you can't do that. You gotta, if you're gonna do that, obviously you gotta be a little more discreet than that. That was pretty blatant, wasn't it?
That was not great. And San Diego has only had 64 yards of total offense so far in this game, as our statistician Gerald Smith just let me know. And yeah, that's it's not what you want, but they'll get help with a flag there. So it's going to be first down after the penalty. Pickler fires deep over the middle, has his man complete, gets it in there to B. Robo, and that'll be a first down.
This is the thing, though. Like we said, that's true. 64 yards of total offense before that play, but you can't sleep on these guys. I think eventually they are going to get it together. They're too smart of a team. They're very talented. Like we said, got a lot of weapons. And Robo right there, just another example of that. In my opinion, one of the best route runners on this team, and Pickler really knows how to connect with him when it really matters.
First down and 10. And here looking to pass is going to be Pickler. Pickler spins out. He gets sacked, evades the sack, throws into the end zone. He throws an interception where a knee will be taken. So that is going to be picked off there by none other than number 24, Jay Ringgold. And I thought he was sacked. A lot happened on that play, Cam. Break it down.
Yeah, let's break it down. First off, great pressure up front. But look at Pickler, stands in there, determined to make that play. And he did have two receivers coming across at the back of the end zone. But in my opinion, what happened, he got rattled, obviously. He had that pressure right in his face right there by number 51, Mike Wagner. Great job by Wagner. And that just really left him kind of unsteady, wasn't able to get everything he wanted in that pass. Big-time defensive play right there. Wow.
We have a studio update in a moment, but first let's do the play here on first down. It's first and 10, and Tyree is going to send his man to the left-hand side. Tyree is going to hand it off, and Jason Williams with a great run. Jason Williams still on his feet. He gains 15, but first let's send it to the studio for an out-of-town update.
Thanks, Petey. Crazy game in Fort Worth tonight. Just before the end of the first half, watch this. J.Z. Bacon fumbles. He's been the best running back of the day, but that turned into a Seattle touchdown. They lead 24-17 over Fort Worth in the third. Back to you guys in San Diego.
Yeah, so an interesting matchup there. As here we go, it's going to be first down and 10 back here live, and it's going to be a handoff to Williams again. Williams with a lot of room. Williams gets dragged back after trying to drag a man with him. It's second down and 1. I guess he got down that far, and it's going to be a 9-yard gain as Jason Williams has kind of just absolutely been bullying this defense today.
He really has. It was really, look at that right there. Just a great job by number 52, Zach Holdorf, to come in and make a tackle from behind, or else I feel like Williams was just a couple of shakes loose of going to the house with that one. He really had a lot of open field if he was going to get out front.
Second down and 1. It's going to be a handoff again to Williams. Williams finds a hole, and he did not quite get there. It'll be third and inches, and Cam, I say give it to the man one more time.
I think so. I think he certainly proved it. I mean, he has been able to do a really good job of, as you said, he's been the workhorse. He's gotten this far, allowing them, a lot of times when he should have been stopped in the backfield, he made something happen. Let's give it to him again. I think you're right, Petey.
Hand off to Williams, and he gets the first down and more. Williams fights up to the 50-yard line, and this one will take us to the 2-minute warning where Sioux Falls is driving. I find it remarkable to say, Cam, but they could tie or take the lead in this thing before we get to halftime. And with the way they've played, I bet you they'll take that all day.
I would think you'd have to. And now here you go. You're really sitting in the driver's seat, to be honest, Petey. I mean, you're coming in, 2-minute warning right here. Now you've got all the time in the world. Just play your game. Do what's working well for you right now, and take this thing into halftime. They do have the potential to do that.
Sending a man into motion is the quarterback, Tyree. He has the I formation behind. It's going to be a handoff to Jason Williams, and Williams, just absolutely the workhorse here on this drive, picks up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
I love watching Jason Williams run the football. In game film that I had an opportunity to watch before tonight's game, he is just one of those guys. It's not flashy. It's not anything that maybe even you'll see in the highlight reel a whole lot of. It's just good old smash mouth football. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Oh, and he breaks another tackle. Williams carries a man with him, still on his feet. Williams down the sideline, inside the 16-yard line. And mama, there goes that man, Jason Williams, playing with a chip on his shoulder tonight.
He really is, and it goes right back to the point that I made right before that. I mean, like we said, not a lot of jukes and spins and whatnot. No, instead, classic smash mouth. Put the shoulder forward. Put your arm out. Do an arm block right there. Just keep driving that defense with you down the field, and that's what he does. Strong legs, continues to churn, continues to really, as we said, look there, 100 rushing yards today, for example. This guy's getting hot at the right time.
Toss back to Williams. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Williams has a gap. Williams carries a man with him, and Williams runs out of bounds. I thought he was about to turn the corner there, but it's 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they got a pretty good shove on him right there. If they hadn't been able to do that, he was going to take that to the house. That was the only thing that saved that play. I am so impressed with really just how Sioux Falls has turned things around. Now, all of a sudden, you're seeing great blocking up front, and I think a lot of that, again, had to come to the fact that they've decided to attack the outside of the perimeter instead of trying to go straight forward. They figured out that if you can get Williams to cut upfield, get around the edge, that's where your money's at. And so far, it's really worked well for them.
Let's see what they do here. It's going to be 1st and goal. Making a change at the line of scrimmage is the quarterback, Tyree. I formation behind him. Warren out to the left-hand side of the field, and it's going to be a pass. And he's going to throw it to Warren. It gets deflected, and I don't like that. Give it to Jason Williams, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't get silly at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, there's really no need to get flashy. In my opinion, Petey, if they want to take a shot for the end zone, there you go. There's your chance. But now go back to what has been working for you. You've got a minute left in this quarter, and I think you put it on the ground.
Yeah, you have 2 more Jason Williams runs as far as I'm concerned with the way this drive has gone. Tyree under center. He's looking to throw again. Tyree. And he gets it in there. He gets it into his woman, Kay Marion, and that is going to be a touchdown. So Sioux Falls scores with just under a minute left, and what a great catch in traffic by Marion.
It was a great job right there. Marion is one of those players you can't stop on a route. I mean, you can't ever think you have her covered enough, and here's a great example of that. A nice job right there, Tyree making a good adjustment, a little bit low, but someone like Marion obviously able to know how to adjust her body to get in position to make that reception. So wow, Sioux Falls on the board with a touchdown now finally and into the lead.
Let's see if the extra point will be good. Big extra point the way this game has gone. It is up and it is good. The score is 10-6 Sioux Falls. And I want to talk about that touchdown too, Cam. You said it was the low pass, and it was, but I almost think that was intentional. If it was any higher, the defender probably could have deflected it, but he pretty much put the ball in a place where only Kay could get it.
That's exactly right. Very good point there, Petey. You very well may be onto something. And either way, I mean, it really took good communication by both of them to make it happen. And it's obvious that those two right there have worked on that in practice during the week.
The kick is up and away, and it will be a knee taken, as it will be San Diego with 55 seconds and a full array of timeouts, as they're going to try to drive down the field and at minimum try to get in the field goal range here to make it a one-score game, or make it a one-point game if they can't get to the end zone.
55 seconds is plenty of time for this offense. Like we said, they haven't really been able to hit all cylinders yet, but they have the weapons to do so. So they could get hot here and make this really close going into halftime.
Pickler spins around in the pocket, fires back across the middle of the field to B. Robo, completes it. It's a 4-yard gain as the clock ticks.
And it's just going to be really interesting to see how much they decide to attack it here. Do they want to really push it right now? Are they going to take a couple looks? If there's nothing downfield, just drop it off underneath and then be satisfied with that and head on into halftime? We'll see.
Pickler, all the time in the world. It's deflected. It'll fall to the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 6, 31 seconds left here. And now for San Diego, a decision to be made on how they want to approach this.
Yeah, I believe that was Wagner who come in there, applied the pressure, and got the deflection. Yeah, and like I said, and the clock has stopped as well. So, do you want to go 3 and out and give Sioux Falls a chance to maybe get a return or something on you? I don't know. I think you may want to think about how you want to attack this here.
Pickler fires over the middle, and he does complete it. 25 seconds, and a timeout will be called as that one was completed. I didn't catch the guy. Did you there, Cam?
I didn't actually. It cut quickly there to the timeout, but a really good job, a nice job of Pickler, and that's what Pickler can do. He can make those big time plays in the 3rd and 6, 3rd and 10 situations, and you can't sleep on him.
That was Benji Madison who caught that pass. Pickler fires over the middle, and it's complete once again. That time he sneaks it in there to Eagle Mondavi, who's been quiet for a little bit here. Now down to 1 timeout at San Diego, but they're, if not in field goal range, right on the brink of it with 20 seconds to go here.
Yeah, they're close. I think that they were just about, had decided to go ahead and let this clock run out and just head into halftime. But no, a couple of open looks like that, and now San Diego is back in business here.
Probably want about another 15 yards for a safe field goal attempt here. It's going to send Pseudo Nakai into motion. Nakai will be lined up in the slot. In the backfield is Hunter McWaffle. Pickler making an adjustment. Now he snaps the ball. Pickler fires over the middle. Goes to Nakai. Nakai catches it down to the 30-yard line. Timeout called. 16 seconds left. And now you're right on the edge of field goal range. I think maybe try to take one throw for about 5 yards to the sideline. Get yourself safe in the field goal range.
Yeah, give yourself a little bit of insurance there. But now this has really been, as we said, the stats doesn't really show 8 of 23, but this has been a masterful job by Pickler this last couple of plays to get them down here into the field goal range.
Under center, Pickler. No backs in the backfield. Pickler looking to throw. Pickler fires over the middle, and it will fall incomplete. Probably for the best if that was completed. You would have had to really hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 12 seconds left, and now with that much time, there's no shot to take anything over the middle.
No, exactly. I think you need to be looking toward the sidelines right now. Obviously, something that you can dump off pretty quickly there. Just get the yardage that you need and scurry out of bounds so that, you don't lose any. They're going to go field goal right here. Okay.
Yep, they're just going to go straight to the field goal. So it'll be Cliff Allen with a long 48-yard attempt, certainly within his range. He has a good leg. This to make it a 1-point game. The kick is up. It looks accurate, and it does have the distance. So the kick is good, and that will make the score 10-9 with 8 seconds left here in the first half. So San Diego gets a little bit of something before halftime, makes it a 1-point game.
Yeah, that was really nice. Like I said, that's probably the best that we have saw Pickler play so far in this game. Because, again, we talked about Tyree, how the interceptions that have plagued him, but he has that ability to just to shrug it off, go back and make the next big play. Pickler also has that ability to do that. And again, when you are 8 of 23 or whatever the stat was right there, and you can still put together a nice 2-minute drill like that, that's impressive, and that's a good quarterback.
All right, the tackle is made at the Sioux Falls 31. 3 seconds left, so one play for Julian Tyree and company. Let's see if they just give the ball to Chasen Williams and let it go to halftime here. We'll have to see. So first down and 10, 3 seconds left in the half. Sioux Falls leads 10-9. I'd say probably just run the ball here, don't do anything silly, and lose the lead that you have scratched and clawed to get here in the first half. I formation here. Should be the last play of the half. And Tyree will give it to Williams. Williams up the middle. gains 4 yards, there's some nice extra stats, and that'll do it. So at the end of the first half, the scoreboard reads 10 for the Sioux Falls Sparrows and 9 for the San Diego Mavericks, and a strong 7.5-point underdog were the Sparrows today, but they lead going into halftime. My name's PDJ Zeller, alongside me Cameron Duty, and Sioux Falls hanging tough.
Yeah, hanging tough. And what a great game this has been. I mean, I think that this has been a tale of two quarters. Honestly, you had Sioux Falls that really struggled to get anything going until the second quarter. But when they did, Jason Williams right there, as you said, 116 yards. Big-time reception by Marion in the end zone right there with a great pass by Tyree. And then the Mavericks, again, they struggled the entire game really to sustain a drive. We've not yet seen them to get in the end zone. That is the next obstacle that they have to get past. But I must say, that last little spurt of energy there with about a minute to go in that half to bring it to a one-point game, I think that's big. And, both of these teams, they got to be feeling pretty good. There's obviously a lot that they can work on, but they're playing hard right now, and it is the early part of the season. It is just week 2, Petey. So, I mean, they're still working the kinks out, and a lot of heart in both of these teams today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's been a fun game to watch. So we'll be Sioux Falls ball to start here in the second half. And for Sioux Falls, they're just going to try to keep up what they've been doing there in the second quarter. And for the San Diego Mavericks, they better clean it up. We were talking before this game here, Cam, about how San Diego's kind of the young up-and-coming team. They've been getting better every year, and this year a lot of people felt like it'd be the breakout year for them. Well, Sioux Falls, they made a pair of championship games not that long ago, but now this is an aging team that really has kind of lost their sense of direction, and no one knows what the future holds for them. But it's kind of not looked that way today, as Sioux Falls has been kind of feisty while San Diego struggled.
Sioux Falls really has to rely on Jason Williams. That was, I think, one of the most important acquisitions that they have made was getting him into the fold here. And now it's the second season. You can start to build on that, and you see what's happening.
Williams pushes a man ahead, and it is going to be a first down. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jason Williams terrorizing this defense.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Petey. Exactly. I mean, why do anything different until they can show you that they can stop what you're doing? Just continue to, as they say, feed him the football. I mean, why not? Look at that. After hit, 55 yards. This guy loves contact.
First down and 10, I formation. And it's going to be a handoff here to Williams. Williams, right-hand side. Williams just keeps shaking off defenders, 9-yard gain. And I don't know if I'd throw the ball the rest of the game here, Cam. I just keep handing it off to Jason Williams.
Well, like we said, I mean, until they can stop it, why not? It was kind of interesting. It looked like Bob Funk come in and just leveled Williams, obviously taking some frustration out because they just can't stop the guy. It's like he's lathered in oil or butter or something. I mean, they just cannot bring him down.
Handoff again to Williams, and they do bring him down. It's going to be 3rd and inches, so a rare stop there for the defense against Williams. So 3rd and inches now, and we'll have to see what Tyree and company want to do.
I think you just line right up and you just do it again. I mean, inches here, unless it's a big blown play. I mean, the way that he's playing right now, you got your fullback in to help lead the way. I think you go headstrong into that pile.
Handoff to Williams, and Williams fights with a man, and he gets it, and he cuts up the sideline and gains 10 more. It was a fist fight at the line to gain, and Jason Williams threw the knockout punch.
There is nothing more aggravating, nothing more frustrating than you've got to read on that man. I mean, you've got him dead to rights, and then still someone like Jason Williams is able to break out of that. And again, with that big-time stiff arm, so frustrating for a defense, especially when you feel like you're doing everything right and you still can't get them down.
First down and 10. 2 backs in the backfield this time. Looking to throws Tyree. Throws it away. It's picked off. And the man the man who picked it off just kind of stopped there for a minute. Carmichael gets the interception, though, and that's why you just run the ball with Jason Williams.
Yeah, wow, that what a turn of events. Read that like a book. And the problems that, in my opinion, has plagued this passing game so far, Sioux Falls, and gosh, that was huge because, I mean, you had an incredible drive going, and again, that offensive line, it just crumbled. The whole play was just really a botched play, and then the pass was atrocious. And then that's what happens. He read that, the defender read that like a book, and now San Diego with great position here.
Pickler flushed out of the pocket, rolls around. It's going to be deflected by the veteran there, and that one's going to fall to the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's A.J. Levy again coming in with that deflection. But my goodness, I mean, you take a look at that. Had it not be for these turnovers that we have saw in this game so far, this could be a totally different score because Sioux Falls has really shot themselves in the foot. A lot of promising drives have ended up just like that one with an interception and a return back.
That's the 3rd of the game and 7th of the season, just 2 games in for Tyree. Run for McWaffle goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. And on the other side of the ball, San Diego hasn't done anything on offense. I mean, they've gotten in a field goal range 3 times. One of them was on a turnover, but they've just really struggled to move the ball. It really hasn't been on Pickler. Pickler's played a good game. His receivers just haven't caught anything. The offensive line has kind of let him down at times. And Pickler's just out there kind of running for his life. So here we go, Pickler. 3rd down, rolls out of the pocket, actually has good protection that time, and will fire in just a bad pass deep.
Yeah, we are in week 2 of a really young season here, and it's something that, Pickler, he's new to this system, let's not forget. Also, his first season here with the team coming in from London last year. So he's going to get on target with those guys, and it takes time. So, I feel confident, though, that this is something they can work on and fix.
So the punt will go back, and they're going to let it fall, and that's a good decision. It'll go into the end zone, so taking over the 20-yard line will be Sioux Falls. And one thing that's been incredible to me about Jason Williams is that he has a lot of yards, but that always doesn't mean a running back's playing well. Sometimes that just means the offensive line is playing well. That's not the case here. The offensive line really isn't playing that particularly well. Jason Williams, out of those 120 yards, I bet you 115 of them are after contact. He is just bullying guys here so far. So let's see how this one goes. Going to send a man in motion, or a woman in motion, rather. It's Kay Marion. Marion goes to the right-hand side of the field. 2 backs in the backfield for Tyree. They've been doing a little bit of that here in the second half so far. Looking to pass is Tyree. Lots of protection. Gets it to Marion, and Marion, they're going to call that a catch. It's completed, 1st down and 10. And Kay Marion paid the price as she will be injured on that one. And to add insult to injury, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a challenge.
Yeah, I have to agree. It just in the same way that was originally called a fumble, I feel like this will be turned over as well, or at least challenged, because I don't know that there was enough there to say that was a reception. And then again, I could be wrong. So, okay, I guess they're going to choose to hold on to their challenge.
No, it got overturned by the officials, I think. It's 2nd and 10.
Okay, it did. Okay, my apologies. That's right.
So, yeah, that's 2nd and 10. So I think the officials overturned that one. So Kay Marion injured. That's a big loss for this team. That's really been their reliable receiving threat so far. Tyree looking to pass. Tyree over the middle. It's going to get picked up again. His 4th pick of the game that he's thrown. And that one's going to be, this time it will be to the safety, as that one goes in there to King Bradshaw, his 2nd pick of the game. Tyree has just not had a good season so far here, Cam.
But, I simply said on that with the previous interception that, that offensive line crumbled and he tried to make something out of it. I can't say that about this one. That was just a really bad pass, and Bradshaw read it hook, line, and sinker. And the fact that we're still sitting here talking about all these turnovers, and they've still got the lead, Petey. But you got to wonder how much more longer that's going to last. You can't give Pickler and San Diego that many opportunities and them not make it happen.
Yeah, if you keep putting bait in front of a bear, eventually it's going to attack. Here we go. Right-hand side, McWaffle has good space, and he's going to make a good run there. That's a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3, but you can't just keep giving them opportunities, because eventually they're going to punch it in a few times.
Exactly. I mean, eventually when you really, when you lay that opportunity right there in their lap, I mean, you pretty much, you're playing indoor football here, arena football. They've only got 50 yards to drive to the end zone. It's going to happen eventually.
Toss play and a great defensive read. That one will lose 4 yards on the run to the fullback. That one went to Rob Noel, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Beautiful job by Marcus Benson right there. 6'4", 254. And Marcus is a rookie. So a great job of coming in early in this season and making some big-time plays.
Here we go. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. And looking to pass is going to be Pickler. Pickler was over the middle, and it will not be brought down. Another drop there, although the pass was a little bit high to Benji Madison. And it will be 4th and 7, and I don't know if they're quite in field goal range. It'd be a deep one.
Yeah, it would. I mean, do you really want to afford to give Sioux Falls that good a field position? I don't think so. And again, rightfully. So I think that's a right decision right there for San Diego to try to pin them deep because you can just about believe they're going to have to go run, right?
Yeah, Henry Glenn, he will punt it away, and it's a good punt, coffin corner punt, it looks like. Actually, will go out of bounds. So Sioux Falls will take over. We'll have to see where they put it. It was right around the 15-yard line, I do believe. And it will be 1st and 10. For Sioux Falls, let's stop throwing the ball here. Let's just keep running the ball with Cam.
I think you have to. I mean, right now I'm not feeling confident at all in what's going on in that passing game. How could you? Just go back to what you know is working right now until they stop it.
1st and 10. Tyree under center. In the backfield, the man of the day, Jason Williams, sends a man in motion, does Tyree. That's Joseph Baudet. And here we go. Looking to pass is Tyree. Rolls out left, throws across his body, and he's going to complete it. Good completion. Lots of extra yardage after the catch. Ryan Davis, first time we've said his name today. 1st down to the Rook.
Yeah, exactly. And a great job by the rookie getting open there. A nice job on the rollout. Maybe they're going to try to change things. Let Tyree roll out a little bit more. Maybe that'll stop some of these interceptions where the pocket's just collapsing all around. I hate to see that injury by Carmichael as well. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, Danny Carmichael looks like he got beat up a little bit on that play. I hope he's going to be okay. It's 1st down and 10 now, though. Tyree just made a nice play with his arm. Let's see what they go to on 1st and 10. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, and miraculously, Sioux Falls leading a game where they were a massive underdog. Sends a man into motion, the fullback, to the left side of the field. And Tyree rolls out again, throws across his body, and that one's going to be picked off, his 5th of the game, and that one might be a house call. Down the sideline goes the man, and it will be a tackle by Jason Williams. It's never a good game when your running back has to make 3 tackles. That's Williams' 3rd tackle of the game, and so Amelia paid the price for that interception, injured at the end of the play.
Sure did. I mean, my goodness, this is a very physical game, okay, right now. Both of these teams, they're hitting each other hard, and it's been a brutal defensive effort. But for Sioux Falls right now, you know, when do you quit trying to – I feel like that was just honestly, in my opinion, trying to do a little too much, try to be a little bit too fancy. There hasn't been anything that showed me that you can effectively make a play scheme like that work. Tyree's just struggling right now. I do not agree with the way that they went on that offensive series at all.
9 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and we're only 6.5 quarters into the season here, Cam. That's just not great. Pickler, he's going to step back, fires over the middle of the field. He gets it in there, and that will be a touchdown. 1st of the game for San Diego, and it's Eagle Mondavi, and that's what we've been talking about, Cam. If you keep giving them the ball, eventually they're going to get in the end zone, and they finally do.
For Sioux Falls to lose this game, it'll be honestly that they have really made it happen to themselves, because there's so many times, so many drives that I can think of that they really had a chance to now, just even in the lead since we come back from halftime, stretch their deficit, instead ending in turnovers, big time turnovers. And like you said, San Diego is a team, they're no stranger to scoring points. It's going to happen.
Yeah, they scored 30 on their opening day, and now they're going to be up to 16 after the extra points. So it'll be Sioux Falls again after a touchdown by Mondavi. San Diego leads 16-10, but for the quarterback Tyree, when we talk about him, all-time leader in pass attempts and completions, all-time leader in passing yards, 2nd in touchdowns. You can make an argument he's the greatest quarterback in the history of the SFL. Took his team to the championship game twice. You talk to sources around the league, and the reason he hasn't retired yet is he doesn't want to go out without a ring. But I tell you what, these first 2 games of the season, his age is starting to show a little bit. And I hate to say it about a legend of the game, but it's just not been great for him.
Well, you've got great – that's one of the things that the general managers has done is they have built a lot of good young players around him. Of course, Williams being one of them. But you got to let them work. You got to let them feed them. I mean, it's working right now, so don't go away from that.
Yeah, Tyree hands it off to Williams, gain of 4, and he can still do the little stuff right. If you want to be a point guard, throw some screens and make some easy completions, he's capable of it, but he's not the gunslinger that he once was, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think that's been the plan, Petey, is to try to, I mean, let's look at it right now. Jason Williams, Ryan Davis, Eddie Maddox, the tight end, all rookies, real young guys that's been put on this team. I mean, they're trying to surround him with young, agile blood, but right now, there's only so much you can do when the quarterback turns the ball over. Not a whole lot you can do just until they can clean that up or let's be honest, maybe even and sit them out, and that's not what you want to do right now. It's just the second game of the season.
No, there doesn't seem to be a backup plan in place for Tyree, but for the time being, this is still his team as it has been for 16 years. He fumbles the ball, and his own man recovers it, but the struggles continue, and that time really not on him. The offensive line fouled him, and it's going to be a punt.
There's just a lot of things that really, and we've seen spurts of greatness, a lot of it coming in the run game. Why they really continue to push the pass right now, it's got me scratching my head. And we're going to get a challenge on that.
The fumble, why they recovered it, I don't know why they would challenge it. It wouldn't change anything. They would still have to punt the ball.
Exactly my thoughts. But, I guess, what do you say, in the heat of the moment?
Coach was feeling a little loose with the challenge flag there. He just wanted to throw it today, I guess.
He just wants to get that frustration out. So, let's spike the challenge flag.
Well, to be fair, if it does work, it doesn't really cost them anything because they'll still have the timeout. So let's see what the call here is, and waiting to see. And no, it was overturned. I guess they do get the yardage back for the punt. So that. If you were 100% sure that you were going to win that challenge, you don't lose anything for taking it, and you make it easier on your punter. So I guess I kind of understand.
Yes, that is the best. That is the best reasonable outcome in that I could certainly think of. Petey, you're right about that.
And don't get me wrong, it's still questionable. But if you're 100% certain, I can find a way to justify that. So regardless, here we go. It's going to be a punt, and it will be San Diego ball. They're going to take over at the 44-yard. Yeah.
Can someone check for me, do we have a full moon out tonight? Because this has been one of the most interesting games that I have seen, Petey. Just between the defensive battle we have seen, the quarterback miscues on Sioux Falls, and it's just a 6-point game. This is just unbelievable. What a game we've had tonight. So entertaining.
Well, San Diego finally has a shot here to maybe take this game for their own because the way they've played, I mean, it could be theirs. Hand off to McWaffle. McWaffle goes nowhere. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
That defense, basically, of Sioux Falls, again, I've talked about them all game. They have really just worked their magic in keeping them really at bay, San Diego, that is. I mean, with the exception of that touchdown drive, they literally were placed right there in the red zone. I haven't been able to see San Diego sustain a drive yet today.
Looking at throws, Pickler does complete it in there over the middle to Mondavi, and that'll be a 1st down as a good play there. And, it's been a struggle for the passing game, but it seems like they're getting some rhythm here, Cam.
Finally looks like it's getting that way. It certainly does. I mean, Pickler, as we said, not the prettiest numbers, not the prettiest stats today, but coming up with big plays when it counts. And that's what a big-time quarterback can do. And, again, I also want to say this. If San Diego scores here, begins to stretch this lead out, we can't say a lot about this Sioux Falls defense. They have done everything in their power to keep their team in this. They've been asked to do more, really, than what a defense should be asked to do.
Big run, and he stays on his feet, does McWaffle. McWaffle steps out of bounds. Good gain of about 20. By the way, the last catch was by Robo. My apologies, I said Mondavi. But McWaffle gets a big gain there, and he's down near the red zone. And McWaffle, before that, had 6 carries for 17 yards, but probably more than doubled his yardage on that one run alone.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, there's not much that we can say right now. You're beginning to see San Diego take advantage up by 6, beginning to run this football. You're looking at a Sioux Falls defense that has simply probably run out of steam. As we said, they've been out there so much when they've been asked to come in and try to make a stop after an offensive turnover. Eventually, you get wore down.
McWaffle again. McWaffle finding his legs now. Gains 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. And Hunter McWaffle, the electric rookie, finally waking up in this one after he's been quiet for the better part of 3 quarters.
Yeah, coming to life. And another rookie, Stuart Gotts, come up, number 99, the big offensive linebacker who made that tackle, big-time tackle here, to try to make this a 2nd down. But, yeah, like you said, McWaffle has certainly come to life in the second half of this game.
2nd down and 3. Pickler under center. Pickler, McWaffle again. McWaffle fights off a defender. McWaffle fought off as many as he could, and eventually he's brought down after a gain of 1. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and James Kelly, the defensive end there who made the tackle on that for Sioux Falls, coming up and making this what's going to be a most important 3rd down right here.
That was, by the way, Nakai, Pseudo Nakai on the carry. I get a little confused because in the minor leagues, McWaffle actually wore 44, so that is his minor league number that Pseudo Nakai is wearing. So here we go. It's going to be a handoff. This time it will go to the fullback, Noel, and that will be a gain of 1. It will be 4th and 1.
Well, like we said, we have asked it time and time again of the Sioux Falls defense to come up with a stop, and again right there, they did. They only needed a handful of yards, but they stopped them, and now Cliff back in for a kick.
And the kick is down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And that'll make it a 2-possession game, so the effective kick there, and that will make it a 2-possession game on the accurate field goal from Cliff Allen.
And in a game like this, at the moment, Petey, it seems like it could be an eternity for Sioux Falls to try to come back from. Let's be honest. I mean, if this offense was playing better, maybe not. But the struggles that they have had, and it's all on the passing game, 9 points seems like a long way to come back from.
So the kick is up and the kick is away, and now for Sioux Falls, they got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they had in the 2nd quarter. It'll be a good return up to the 29-yard line, and that is where Tyree and company will take over.
My only question is simply, really, why? Why go away from a passing game, from a running game that was firing on all cylinders for a passing game that at its very best tonight has sputtered? I don't understand the change in that. Maybe that, obviously they thought they seen something in the defense they thought they could attack. But I think now you've got to get back to the run game while you still have time to do it.
Looking to pass is Tyree. They said, not doing that, Cam. Throw over the middle of the field, and it is picked off once again. That one's going to be returned to the 30-yard line. And now 10 interceptions in 7 quarters of play this season so far. And Tyree, man, oh man, it's looking rough.
Well, it is. My whole point, or basically my whole thought in this, and a good job by Bob Funk right there, 2nd interception of the day. Gosh, these San Diego defenders are putting up multiple interceptions, 2 and 3 at a time. I mean, but, really my whole point, you still had time. There's 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. You could still run the football and do it effectively if you were Sioux Falls. They've abandoned it, which shocks me. I mean, if you still have time, why do you not run it? Obviously, if you're down later in the 4th quarter, you have to go to the air, then you have to. But when you can run the football and maintain some ground right here, start to really help yourself, I don't know why you abandon it entirely to go to the pass, which is just not working.
Pseudo Nakai on the carry gains nothing. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The remarkable thing is Sioux Falls still in this game. There's been 6 interceptions thrown, and it's only a 9-point game. The Sioux Falls defense has played remarkably, but Tyree has just done everything to shoot him in the foot.
Well, it's like I said, we can't say anything negative about this Sioux Falls defense. This is going to look bad on them, when in reality, the only reason that it is still a 9-point game is because of this defense.
Pickler throws over the middle, gets a completion in there. That one is a touchdown to Eagle Mondavi. As that one is going to be a touchdown, and it seems like this San Diego Maverick offense, they finally are breaking things open here. It's 25-10, barring the extra point. And for San Diego, I almost wonder if the Sioux Falls defense just finally too gassed and it's just over for them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously beautiful pass, from Pickler to Mondavi. We expect that combination to hook up quite a few times in a game. But, like I said, I think a lot of it really does have to do with a defense that is really and truly out of gas. And like I said, Can you blame them? Not really. I mean, they've really put up a good fight, but now San Diego doing what they do best and really beginning to capitalize on some tough situations.
So Eagle Mondavi scores, and it's 26-10. And this is kind of the score is starting to get closer to what we expected coming into this game. And unfortunately, it's not going to show how good I think that the Sioux Falls defense played, because there's a chance to give up 30-plus points in this game. But you and I both know, Cam, they played better than that today.
Oh, a lot better. Like we said, it's not going to reflect it, but the only reasons, in my opinion, that Sioux Falls was in this game and leading this game was Williams and his defense.
Good return up to the 30-yard line from Mays, and that's where Sioux Falls will take over. And for Julian Tyree, six interceptions today, 1 touchdown, and hand the ball off. This isn't over yet. I mean, you're still vaguely into this game, but you got to get back to running the ball.
Yeah, you definitely have to. Like I said, while there's still time, obviously you can't run the football with, 5 minutes or less in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to go to the air if you find yourself down. So while you still can, mix that ground game in. And honestly, it doesn't really look like they're going that way right now either.
No trips to the right-hand side of the field. Changes the formation. He's going to send a man into motion. That will be 16, Joseph Baudet. Now 2 receivers on each side. It's going to be a toss back to Williams. Williams carries a man with him. Williams pushes it forward, gains a good 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Well, they had me fooled there. I actually thought that they were going to go back pass again. That's kind of what I was expecting anyway. But, a wise decision to give it to Williams, who has 157 yards on the day. Wow.
A remarkable day from Williams in the defense here. 2nd down and 3. Tyree under center. Tyree tosses it back to Williams again. Williams is going to get a good carry, and that will be just enough for a 1st down, so it'll be 1st down and 10.
Again, doing what he's done all night. I mean, just literally taking this offense, putting it on his back, and continuing to churn forward to get them down the field.
1st down and 10. Tyree under center, trips out to the right-hand side of the field, looking to pass is Tyree. Tyree completes it to Williams. Williams is going to gain nothing there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And again, you see, this is the problem being one-dimensional as Sioux Falls is. I mean, this is nothing against Williams at all, but, man, it takes a lot of time, when you do a run game such as this. And also on top of that, once you stop the run game and you don't have a pass game, then what do you do?
So that one will go nowhere as well, as Williams gets tackled on a rare run for nothing there. It'll be 3rd and 10. And coming into this drive, 5 of the last 6 drives by Sioux Falls have ended interceptions, Cam.
Absolutely remarkable. I knew it had to be something close to those stats there, and thanks to our wonderful stats team who provided some great stats all night. It's really
Tyree gets sacked by the secondary in the backfield, and I know I've really been being hard on Tyree here, but that was Pink Leisha, a female player on the tackle there. But I know I've been hard on Tyree, but this offensive line has not done him any favors either.
No, they really have not. They have struggled to contain this San Diego defense, and with 1 quarter of play right here, Sioux Falls are still in it. I mean, but right now you got to stop the bleeding, and going into this 4th quarter, we'll have to see what they can do here. It'll be interesting.
Here's the 4th quarter. My name is PDJ Zeller. Alongside me, Cameron Duty tonight, as we have a decent matchup here. Week 1, primetime Saturday Night Lights here from San Diego. As the punt is up and it's away, it'll be San Diego Maverick football, and this drive really an opportunity for them to put this one out of reach for Sioux Falls. Good return up to the 37-yard line, and that will be brought back up to the 37, where San Diego will take over, Cam.
San Diego right now is going to come into this 4th quarter with 1 goal and 1 goal in mind only, and that is simply going to be, let's finish this game. Let's put this thing on ice. And I think right now 1 more touchdown does that, because as we've seen, Sioux Falls just really hasn't had an opportunity to capitalize on any of the magic that they had at the end of the first half.
1st down, Pickler Dances around in the pocket, fires over the middle of the field. Could have been picked off, isn't. It's going to be incomplete, falls to the ground, 2nd and 10.
A team like San Diego who has the weapons that they have and they're up 16 points, they can kind of flex their muscles a little bit and do some of those deep routes like that right there just to see what they have downfield. They've certainly got a cushion, and it doesn't hurt to take a shot every now and then.
2nd and 10. And here we go. In the back of the pocket, it's going to be Pickler. Pickler loves to dance around back there. Sets his feet, fires deep over the middle, has his man, and cannot complete it. Put it right in the breadbasket of Pseudo Nakai. Nakai can't come down with it, 3rd and 10.
Let's be 100% honest. San Diego has come up with some nice plays today, but this is not a San Diego team that we are traditionally used to seeing. They can certainly clean this up. Another foe that maybe has a little bit of a stronger, more balanced team, I don't think they could get away with all the drops that they've had tonight. I just don't think it would be possible. So they're really going to have to work on that. Good news is we're just in week 2.
3rd down and 10. At the line of scrimmage is Pickler. Pickler steps back, looks to fire, dances around, evades pressure, throws over the middle, and that one is going to be deflected. It will fall to the ground, 4th and 10. To all our wonderful viewers watching right now, if you want San Diego to win, please put in chat, hashtag close it out. If you're looking for Sioux Falls to pick up the win here, put in chat, hashtag comeback city. As we are getting ready for a punt here, Cam, and for Sioux Falls, it's now or never.
It is now or never. That's exactly right. This is what it comes down to. Really, what would be great is if you could get a good special teams return to put you in a really good position here to maybe have a shorter field to navigate, but that's not going to happen here.
So the punt will be called a fair catch. Sioux Falls will take over their own 25-yard line. And the unfortunate part is they've had such big struggles that we've documented tonight in the passing game. But now it might be past the time for the running game. I mean, you can sneak them in there, but it can't just be all runs. It is a 2-possession game if you get 2 two-point conversions. But it's a long road ahead here for Sioux Falls. Is up to the line of scrimmage is the quarterback Tyree. Tyree under center. Tyree's going to toss it, and that one gets gobbled up to Williams in the backfield, goes absolutely nowhere. Great defensive play.
And that is a prime product of really what we had been talking about, Petey. And that was Al-Farouk Aminu, the rookie there, coming in to make a big-time tackle. But this is what we were talking about. Why they didn't run it more in the third quarter when, it was an option to actually mix it up a little bit more, I'll never understand, because now they know all that they've got is run. That's all they can do. So it's easy for San Diego to come in and do that exactly right there.
San Diego's just bringing the house, and this offensive line has no answers. They are getting bullied at the line of scrimmage right now, and after putting up a good fight all day, this run game, they're just out of gas. 3rd and 17.
Yeah, out of gas, Petey, and then also, like we said, very one-dimensional.
Here we go. Tyree fires, middle of the field, and almost a miraculous catch, but it falls to the ground. 4th and 17, and for Sioux Falls, the road is only bleaker from here.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, 3 and out right there, literally in your back door, so you're just going to have to punt this thing away. No doubt San Diego's going to get some really good field position here, and now you begin to, in my opinion, just look at milking that clock and, obviously coming away with some points if you can, but they're going to be in some pretty prime real estate right now, I do believe.
Yep, they're up to the 40, about the 43 we're going to call it, where San Diego will take over. Good return there for Axis. And it will be 8:33 to go in the fourth quarter. And for Pickler and company now, they're staring right in the eyes of the first win of the season here in week 2. Just got to play it smart here and close it out.
Exactly. Like you said, 8:33 to go in this game. No need to really push it. Just do what works best for you right now. You really are in the driver's seat.
Sioux Falls defense looking like they're going to bring some pressure here, and they do. They're being aggressive. It's run to McWaffle, left-hand side. McWaffle breaks 1 tackle, gains 7 yards, and the clock will continue to roll. That's the big key.
It is a big key. And now, as we kind of begin to look forward here a little bit, we take a look at the divisions and what it means for them. We'll go back to that in just a moment after this play. But already pretty big implications right here for Sioux Falls, who looks like they may drop to 0-2.
It's going to be a run once again, and McWaffle breaks 1 tackle, can't break them all. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Clock continues to roll.
So, you don't want to begin. We talked about that at the beginning of this broadcast. You don't want to go 0-2. Definitely don't want to go 0-3. So as we get ready to look ahead for Sioux Falls right here, already, your mind begins to turn to next week and really how they could kind of obviously tighten things up and work on the things that have plagued them tonight.
Firing is Pickler. Pickler gets his man. It's Mondavi. Mondavi down the sideline, and he is down to about the 26-yard line. Great pass play there. Pickler to Mondavi. First down, Mavericks.
A little pitch and catch, which I like seeing that. I mean, I know that, traditionally you're thinking, hey, just run the ball. And really probably you should, but these guys right here, they're feeling pretty good. I think they smell blood in the water. Let's be 100% honest. At PD, I think they feel as if they've got these guys on the ropes, Sioux Falls defense right here. And right now they're just kind of seeing what they can do, playing a little pitch and catch.
Looking to throw again is Pickler. Pickler dances around. Nice lob pass over the middle of the field. Complete. Fighting for extra yards. That'll be a first down. Good play there by Dave Axis, as that's his first catch of the game.
And this undoubtedly puts the nail in the coffin. Even if they come away with the field goal here, I think it's safe to say that, this game is probably too far out of reach for Sioux Falls. And, they're comfortable in that, San Diego just trying to get some points on the board. I don't believe they're finished here. They're not content with just running that clock down. I think they're looking for 6.
That was a nice play there by Axis, the little receiver. Make a good slot guy. That was a good catch for him there. Fought for the extra yards. Hand off to McWaffle. McWaffle goes left-hand side, loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, 2nd and 11. But you're right. A good job by Dave Axis right there. A really nice little play. And there are some good young players on this team. A lot of potential on this San Diego team. We talked about it before. You bring Pickler in, and I just think this team is only going to get tighter as things go on. They're going to work on the loose ends that we have seen so far in this season.
Pickler fires deep over the middle. It's picked off. It is picked off, and Pickler throws the pick, and that one will be Sioux Falls ball, as it was Jay Ringgold catching that one, and it will be Sioux Falls taking over. So hold your horses here, folks. There is still the faintest of pulses here for Sioux Falls.
It's a faint pulse, but man, Jay Ringgold, 2 interceptions on the day. Like I said, you can't say anything negative about the way this Sioux Falls defense has played. They're still playing great. I mean, to the point that they haven't quit. They've not given up. And boy, I think that should provide a good spark for your offense, in my opinion.
All right, 6:16 to go. They're going to need 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, but it's a long road ahead, but they have a tiny chance. It's probably like 0.5. Hand off to Williams. Williams is going to get good gain. It's going to be 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Unfortunately, they're going to need more than that. They got to be quick here moving.
They will. They are going to have to really kick it into a higher gear. We're not seeing that yet, but again, I think that's because of the one-dimensional aspect that this team has unfortunately taken on in this 3rd and 4th quarter.
2nd and 2. Tyree. His arm has not been effective today. That might be an understatement, but they're going to need him to use it now. Tyree is going to hand it off to Williams. Williams breaks the tackle. Williams does gain the first down. Clock's down to about 5:39.
If anything, it's going to be a good stat game for Williams, but, that's not enough. That, as a football player who wants to win, who wants to compete, it doesn't matter. You're discouraged, you're upset, when you can't come out of here with a W. So really no accolades that you could give this young man is really going to make him feel better. But we can say this, honestly, Williams has put together a heck of a game and has really, put this team on his shoulders and played with a lot of heart.
And they give it to Williams again. He goes nowhere. 2nd and 10. It's funny, Cam. This whole game we've been kind of picking on Sioux Falls for not running the ball whenever they've gotten the ball moving. Well, now we're picking on them for not passing.
Yeah, I just feel like the design for tonight's game was really kind of flipped from what I would traditionally choose to do. But I am up here in the booth, not out on the field, so, maybe I don't know. Oh, that's pretty.
Great play down the sideline, and oh my goodness, Warren, he breaks one deep, and he does get caught from behind. That was close to a house call, and now Tyree gets him quick up to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10. What a big play, and they're going to go at it again. Rolling out left is the quarterback. He's going to throw it into the fullback, Charlemagne, that time, and Cornelius gains 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5. Hurry up again. under center. Tyree quickly gets going. Tyree rolls out. He's looking for his man, and he gets it to Warren. That's a completion, and that's down to about the 10-yard line. Hold your britches here, folks. This game might not be over.
This is why we love SFL football. We are pretty much already spelling out the doom or the success of both of these teams, just watching the clock, trickle away. And then all of a sudden, a burst of energy and a spark like that we haven't seen all game from Tyree and this offense, not to mention the no-huddle hustle. I thought that was great. We need to see more of that in this last 4 minutes if they want a chance at getting back in this.
They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. They need the touchdown fairly quick, too. Sending the man in motion is Tyree. Tyree is going to step up here now. Tyree throws over the middle. It's picked up! His 7th of the day! Lucky number 7! And that one will probably be the final nail in the coffin. And David Tyree's arm once again spells doom for Sioux Falls.
Oh, yeah. I mean, gosh, there's not much more demoralizing, and that's really the only word that I can think of. Just utter disappointment. I mean, right when you think you're getting somewhere, and of course that's a beautiful interception, though. Let's talk about that. I mean, just a fantastic job, doing a really nice job of just sitting back there at the goal line and hauling that one in. And I believe that was Nate Hall who come up with that. And a big-time threat for this defense all game long. But, wow, I mean, I'm almost speechless. This is incredible stuff that we're seeing in a negative light as far as interceptions go.
I formation for Pickler. 4:13 to go. It's going to be a toss back. That time it's going to go to Noel. Noel gains a yard. And I'm going to ask our statisticians. I don't know if they'll be able to find or know this stat, but is this the record for what's the record for most interceptions thrown in an SFL game? Because I'm fairly new to the SFL. I don't know the complete history, but 7 is a lot. And I have to imagine that's got to be pretty close. And if there was any worse games, it might have been by, he is the all-time interception leader, is Tyree, so I mean, maybe he's had a worse one before, but that's got to be one of the worst games for his very decorated career.
And I think they're saying 9 at the moment is the all-time record.
Hand off to Noel. Noel carries some guys with him, and that is going to be a 8-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 2, and yeah, it's 9 is what we're hearing, so he's 2 away. Probably won't get that tonight, but nonetheless, a remarkably rough game for Julian Tyree.
Well, let's give a call to the statisticians tonight that have been just wonderful. Obviously, coming up with anything that we have asked of them in this game, it makes a great team to put on a good quality broadcast. So we certainly appreciate those guys and Cam, of course, on the production end. Excuse me, but seven interceptions. You never want to see 7 interceptions. I guess if there is a silver lining, at least it's not 9. We still have a couple of minutes left to go in this game, though, but hopefully we won't get to that territory.
3rd down and 2. Pickler under center, and it's going to be a toss back to Noel. Noel gets the 1st down and more. Noel still on his feet. Noel, and he's going to go down in bounds. That's just what the doctor ordered. Clock will continue to tick, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Mavericks as they're trying to wrap this one up.
And you take a look at the sidelines, and obviously just disappointment right there on the front for Sioux Falls. But again, this San Diego team, they really had a lot of opportunities handed to them. But of course, you have to capitalize. So I feel like their offense really did show up when it needed to, when it did matter most. And this is going to feel good. Getting that first win of the season, something to build upon. First win for Johnny Pickler here in San Diego. Building blocks for the foundation of what, could be a very promising season.
1st down and 10. Pickler under center. In the backfield, it looks like he has Nadai back there this time, and it will be a handoff. And it will be a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Pseudo, as that'll keep the clock rolling. That'll take us down to the 2-minute warning.
Yep, 2 minutes here, and again, like we said, it seems at the moment anyway that this game is very much in hand, Petey. But it's certainly been an interesting one to watch, that's for sure.
Pseudo Nakai picks up 3 yards on the carries. 2-minute warning hits, and here we go. 2nd down and 7, I formation. Noel is the tailback this time. Under center's Pickler, one receiver out left. Dowdy gets used because this is likely to be a run. Toss back to Noel. Noel shakes off a defender. Noel stays on his feet, and he will go out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock at 1:56, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, not exactly what you want. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to bounce it outside and save some time here, of course. But nevertheless, he just kind of got crowded there over on the edge and couldn't stay in bounds.
It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the offense here. I formation, Pickler under center. And it's going to be a toss back to Noel once again. Noel breaks a tackle. Noel up the sideline, and Noel goes out of bounds, and that'll be a first down. Noel's fighting like the game's on the line, and they need to save time.
Yeah, I think Noel's just really enjoying getting this football late in the game like that. I mean, take a look at that. He's loving getting physical with these defenders, and probably, you're coaching them, stay between the lines, don't get out of bounds, don't stop this clock. But, man, I think he's just enjoying pulverizing some defenders because he's been knocking them down the last couple plays.
All right, Pickler and company now on the opponent's side of the field. This time McWaffle is in the backfield along with Nakai. And it will be a throw. Pickler throws it left-hand side. Staying in bounds as the receiver. And now there's a flag. That might have been a face mask. It was in the territory of a face mask. It was Mateo Privado on the catch, and it was a face mask.
Yep. Yeah, our first penalty of the sort in this game, as far as the face mask goes. We did see some PI earlier. And that's right there is just basically you're getting desperate to try to stop them from getting to the end zone, and you're going to do whatever you can to just reach up and haul them down. I think, at this juncture in the game, you don't want to put any more points up.
1:44 to go, first down and 10, and they're in the red zone. Hand off to Pseudo Nakai. Nakai gains a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9, but finally they get the clock rolling, and now a timeout will be called naturally by Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls will definitely do everything that they can to ensure that they get a chance to get back out on the field. Obviously, though, you take a look at where San Diego's at the moment, barring some sort of wild play. You expect them to come out of here with, at the very least, a field goal.
2nd and 9, handoff to Nakai again. Nakai gains 3. It's going to be 3rd down, 6, and the second timeout will be called by Sioux Falls.
And once you see them burn these timeouts, that's when you're really going to see the rest of the clock just begin to dwindle away, whether that be, on the offensive side of the ball for San Diego or not, because, really just trying to exhaust as many options as they can, Sioux Falls, that is, to try to keep their foot in the door in this game.
3rd and 6, it goes to McWaffle. McWaffle shakes off one defender, shakes off another. McWaffle gets the first down and the touchdown. Hunter McWaffle, the rookie, puts an exclamation point on this one today and slams the door shut straight in the face of Sioux Falls. And San Diego looks like they'll escape here with the victory tonight.
Yeah, McWaffle with a really nice job. We've called his name quite a bit in this game today. And again, we've talked about Jason Williams there for Sioux Falls doing a lot of shrugging and getting out of tackles like that deep in the backfield. Instead, though, let's give a call to Hunter McWaffle for doing the very same and really putting the nail in the coffin for this game, stretching that lead out potentially 23. Almost time to turn out the lights here, Petey, and go home.
Yeah, they're starting to turn them off. I'm seeing a lot of cars in the parking lot, behind our broadcast booth, starting to pull out of the lot. This one is over for everything that matters. Now, Sioux Falls, they're going to try to get something positive going on offense here that they can take into the off week and hopefully build towards a better week 3 as they're likely going to be 0-2 to start the season here. So it's going to be a kick deep to Sioux Falls, and they'll have about 1:15 to end this game out here and see what they want to do, as it's a spin move, a nice return up to the 30-yard line for Sioux Falls.
Well, I'll tell you this, Petey, you made a really good point right there. It's important to come away with something positive before this game ends, and maybe we can actually see that. Maybe that's something. You look for small things, and when you have a difficult day at the office such as this, sometimes you look for that silver lining in the cloud. You look for something that you can take away and say, hey, this was something good. Maybe we can build on this. For me, it's the run game. You know what I mean? I mean, that is what you can say. It's what you can hold your head up high about. That was really firing on all cylinders today.
Look, Tyree looking to pass. Tyree throws over the middle. It's complete to Warren. That'll be a first down, and a timeout's going to be called, I'm going to guess, by Sioux Falls. That is the timeout for Sioux Falls. So Sioux Falls will take their last timeout and try to get something going here. Tyree, 17 for 33, 197 yards, 1 touchdown, and 7 interceptions today. And that tells you about all you need to know about this game right here.
It's going to be a long, long ride home after that one.
And he throws one. It's complete to Warren. Warren down the sideline. Warren still on his feet, and he steps out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. And there's that positive momentum we talked about, something that Sioux Falls can take with them.
Yeah, and very late in this game, all of a sudden we saw the resurgence of A.J. Warren, an 11-season man right here, all of them with Sioux Falls. But all of a sudden, it looks as if him and Tyree have really started to kind of warm up, and that's something you maybe look to exploit going into your Week 3 matchup. Like we said, always looking for a silver lining.
Tyree looking to throw. Tyree over the middle, completes it to Warren again. That's going to be a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Going to hurry up here, try to get this one off, see if they can catch them on their toes.
Tyree stands in the pocket, throws. It's picked off, his 8th of the game, and he gives them one more as a parting gift, and that'll be the 2nd most interceptions a quarterback has ever thrown in an SFL game. In 21 seasons, you have just witnessed the 2nd worst performance by any quarterback we've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I mean, it's very frustrating to see. For one, I mean, gosh, you hate it for Tyree, who really has laid it all on the line. He's laid it all out there tonight, and man, just with little to no results. And gosh, you just hate to see, especially for Sioux Falls fans. It's been a tough night. And again, that's not the way you want to leave out of here with another INT.
And it's going to be a completion pick where they're still throwing it here. They could have easily just ran it and called it a day, but they're still slinging it. Completes it to Williams. And you hate to see that for a veteran like Tyree. Through 2 games this year, he's now going to have 12 interceptions, just 2 touchdowns. So one of the greatest players in the history of this league. And it's just unfortunately not looking like a storybook season here for Sioux Falls.
Certainly not. But I will say this, at the very least, tomorrow's a new day. So, maybe they can work, kind of right the ship, maybe get some better formations that work better with what Tyree is accustomed to doing. There certainly is always hope of that. But this really, truly has been incredible in a very negative way, unfortunately.
Well, there's the knee, and that will do it. The final score will be 33 San Diego, 10 Sioux Falls. As the Mavericks, it's took them a long time today to get it going, but late in the 3rd quarter, they broke the floodgates and they got it rolling. And they're going to leave here today with a big victory here, Cam, after what was a close, contested game for about 2.5 quarters.
It was. I mean, we went into the halftime at 10-9, PD. And so it's really amazing to see exactly just how the events did transpire. And really it was the breakdown of the offense for Sioux Falls that changed this thing. Obviously, San Diego had to make big plays, and that they did, don't get me wrong. But it was the offensive breakdown. You had Jason Williams, firing on all cylinders. They even come out looking good in the 3rd quarter, but then they went away from the run. Things started to happen, and in the end, it's 33-10 in favor of San Diego, PD.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game to watch through and through here, but in the end, it is San Diego that was able to walk away with it. And a pretty good game today from Johnny Pickler as he threw 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Of course, Hunter McWaffle with 52 yards and a touchdown of his own here, so he had a pretty good game for himself. On the receiving end, Eagle Mondavi is kind of the big name here, 119 yards. Also 146 yards, though, for A.J. Warren, 2 touchdowns for Mondavi. And on the defensive end, you see all the stats right there. Lots of players with really good games. Lots of players with lots of interceptions today, I'd imagine, the way this one went. Let's see who ended up with the most. Actually, Ringgold had 2 for the Sparrows, which is kind of surprising. But Funk, Bradshaw, Zumela, they all had 2 themselves for San Diego.
some quick points here, PD, before we leave. 10 total interceptions across both teams today. 24 points off turnovers for San Diego. For me personally, PD, it's a tradition we try to keep. The San Diego defense, I can't name just one player. My gosh, 24 points off turnovers. Obviously, I got to give it to them. It's the whole defense for San Diego Mavericks. Players of the game for me tonight.
Yeah, so my player of the game, I'm going to give it to a specific defensive player. Now, I want to say offensive MVP today, Eagle Mondavi. Easily Eagle Mondavi. He had a great game. But if I'm going to give it to a specific defensive player, Bob Funk. 8 tackles, 2 interceptions. A great game on the defensive end for Bob Funk here today. But that'll pretty much wrap things up. So it will be San Diego moving to 1-1 and Sioux Falls moving to 0-2. My name is PDJ Zeller. Alongside me, Cameron Duty. Cam, I appreciate you joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure working with you. Glad we got to do another game here today. Thank you for our statistician keepers today here, as we had a couple guys helping us out here, Gerald Smith and Zach Holdorf helping us out, Cam back in the booth pressing the buttons, making things happen. That'll wrap things up here from San Diego. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. We will see you next time here on the SFL Network.